Hi all, welcome back. Red Storm, Dark Blue Defection, Scenario 4, I forgot the name of it, Iron Eagle, that's it. This will be part 10, so I've got part 8 uploaded. Yeah, that was the part that was just full of no gameplay, just me trying to scramble my way through the comments that John had left. Again, sorry if I got frustrated by any of John or Howard's comments in that part. I'd like to hope that they've got me. They're getting me there anyway. Anyway, and then part 9 was this the last bit we've done, yeah. And that seemed to go pretty well, actually. Even though we ended up with only one success value roll. And then we rolled a 17 on the SAM and got a result. Okay, so I've got a 3 initiative here. Let's just move on. I'm not giving time for comments. And by the way, I think some comments have been left far behind now. John, I hope you don't mind if some of them maybe I don't actually physically reply to them in a text, and within the comments, but you'll notice that I speak about them all here. Well, certainly the majority of them anyway, probably 99% of them. Maybe there's some I just leave for the viewers to go and look at. You might have made some comment or something. If I do get the time, I'll go back, but I feel like there's been a lot went by recently, and every time I don't know, I want to play the game, but I know I'm going to have to answer all these comments and then also talk about them. I'm sure you understand. Hopefully, I do find it's a little rude. It feels a little rude of me not to sort of reply in some way. So no doubt I'll probably get around to it. Okay, right. Okay, so we've got two more flights to activate. We've done this. We've got Cobra Flight 3 of its acquisition from that SA 11. So, it's going to go and do its thing. And like I've said, if we can get a nice wee turn in here, and hopefully have BVR attempts on both of these, because remember the F-15 can do that. And I guess, I talked about this before, we go through each one of them individually. I guess in whatever order I want, it'd probably be better checking this one first, because that might just end up to be a dummy and then we can just concentrate on that. But let's see if we can get into a position to be able to do that. So F-15, he's clean, he's at high altitude. Well, these are both at low altitude, but we dropped to medium the last time and accepted that, and it worked. Yeah, well, it worked reasonably well. I did actually think we could have actually dropped to low. However, is it low or deck I need to worry about from the inherent AAA? I want to say it's deck, but that might be wrong. Inherent AAA. Any flights at low or deck? Ooh, okay. Oh yeah, I mean our bombers are going to suffer that as well, and there's absolutely nothing we can do about that, I don't think. What is that? Quite a. What is that? Inherent AAA. Oh no, that's a 2K22 attack. Yuck. That's not good at all. That's unavoidable. Well, hang on though. Did we not possibly work it out that this was going to be further than the 5 hexes? There's a front marker there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And is it when we finish our movement phase that kicks in? Any flights at lower deck altitude on the enemy side of the front that spend a movement point in the zone. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, if you look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, between that and it's, I don't know. It's maybe in this hex. That's not a straight line between that and that. It kind of crosses. Have I got them in the right spot? Kind of crosses across hexes, so I'm not quite sure how you would. If the marker would be here, but if you look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's right on it. And that was me stepping back a hex, to be honest. Wasn't it? If I put it there, yeah, because it's probably in between there and there. So yeah, I think we've got that inherent AA fire in there anyway. That's kind of awful, and there's nothing we can do about that, like I've said. Right, well, there's nothing we can do about it. Let's just move on. So we don't want to drop to low altitude in here, because we will get hit by that inherent. So medium will be fine. We're at high, F15. So we've got a speed of 5 unless we want to dash at 8. I think 5 would be enough. So let's just have a look at that first. And let's just base it on 5. I'm going to reserve the right to change my mind once I've worked it out. I think that's okay. I'm fine with doing that. Hopefully everybody else is as well. Right, and I'm going to mark that hex. Oh, it's on the hex spine there, right? And let us see if we can end up in a good spot for this. Okay, let's see. Again, there's probably simpler ways of doing this. Right, I'm going to go 1 free turn, and then 2, and then I'm going to drop to medium altitude there, a free descent. That takes me down to 3, and takes us down to medium. And then I thought, right, hang on. While we're doing all of that, let's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, that's the infrared one. Yeah. Yeah, I just realised that if we moved one more, we would activate that. I've got 3 left. 30. It's only no. I can do a 90-degree turn. Yeah. Let's just see if I moved in there and I had 2 points left, and then I've done 30, 60, 90-degree turn in there. Then, right, let's get my wee gadget out. Oops, let's point it the right way. So a 60-degree, well, he's pointing at the, right, so it goes up there, doesn't it? So yeah, so it's there and there. So both of the flights are in my front arc. And then I think I've got 1 point left. Well, we can work this back out in a minute. Where's the 1? What did I do? I've done 1 free turn, 2 dropped altitude. So I had 3 movement points left. 1, 2. Yeah, I've got 1 movement point left there. And this is maybe where I declare my BVR. And remember, we auto gauge anyway, so it's not that I'm trying to like move and then move again to try and catch it. Oh, and also I'm going to trigger this activation of that infrared SAM. Ooh. Oh no, I don't want to do that because I'm at medium altitude. That was the whole point. The other one was at high altitude, right? Let's not do that. It was infrared SAM, yeah. Medium. Right, sorry, distraction there. Just checking. Yeah, it's the SA13, isn't it? Yeah, it does fire at medium. So we don't want to do that. So let's reset and try again. Right, so I'll just not move in to either of these two hexes, and I can hopefully get things from here. Pretty sure I can. Well, I think I was going to originally go 1 free turn, 2, and then drop my altitude to medium. So leaving 3 movement points left. Yeah, the other thing I could... No, I think we should just leave that for Saint Flight. He's at high altitude anyway. Just let him activate that. Right, so I've got 3 movement points left. If I turn where I am... So I'm not within 2 of that, Sam. And I've got to stay... Ooh, yeah, I've got to watch and not be within 2 of that one too. Right? Well, I might be able to climb back, actually. So I'm going to do a paid turn. So 30, 60... I think 90. I think 90, maybe 60 though. Let me just check my angles now. So now we are... Yeah. Well, that's going straight through it. So I get to choose because he's the target flight, and then it's going straight through that. That's not an issue there. So that would mean that I've got them both in my front arc. And then from Hess's point of view, the front arc is... What is it again? Yeah, that's up the line there, isn't it? So that's his front arc there and there. So we're in his front arc. And then F flight is the same. Going up there and obviously away there. So we're in his front arc as well. It's just you want to get that +2 bonus, don't you? So, is that right? I've got 2 left. 1, free turn. 2, descend to medium. And then do a turn. So I've got 2 movement points left. That's fine. So with that turn, I'm going to declare BVR combat on this and this, because they're both in my front arc. I've got a 9 range. I can use my AIM 7Ms in the front arc, 9 hex range, so no problem there. And no problem there, obviously. So, and it auto engages. So what we'll do first is we'll check this one, because this could just be a dummy and we can forget all about it. Let's hope it's not. The only problem is here, if these are both individual combats, could I not end up depleting my weapons? I think maybe we were in this position once before, weren't we? I think did I not ask about this before? Because if they're both well, shall we find out? In some ways I'm kind of hoping that's a dummy now, so that we don't need to go through that question. What I'm saying is, if this turns out to be a real flight, then we carry out an attack on this. It's an individual attack. We go right through the steps. We check for depletion. If our weapons deplete, then we cannot attack that. Even though we've set the prerequisite for it already. We've got it engaged, haven't we? 11.22. I think I maybe queried this before. I'm not really sure what came back actually. Right, let's check for the flight anyway. The F flight. Oh, wait a minute. He's not detected, Grant. Okay, that'll be that then. He needs to be detected, doesn't he? Yep. Right, there's no other way I could have. There's nothing else I could have done there, really. No. Yeah, the other flights are too far away, so I'm not going to be able to benefit. Okay, well that's that out the window then. But curious there. Well, that's good. At least I can leave that question in there. If this was detected, we roll for its activation. Turns out to be a flight. We fire on this flight. Like I say, we go through the combat. We deplete our long range. In fact, yeah, the other weapons we've got need a range of 2 from the front, so even they wouldn't reach. So we deplete our weapons. Does that mean that that attack on that just fizzles and we can't do any more about it? Or are you allowed to, is the depletion check not until... I don't think so. I think you would have to check for depletion after the first fight, wouldn't you? I get the feeling that may have came up before. And I get the feeling John said, yeah, I think you would have to check for depletion. Well, I'm just curious to know what would happen to their flight then. Would it just mean we don't get to attack it? I guess that's probably what I would have thought. Okay, well, we can't do any of that anyway, so we're going to still BVR the MiG-21 then. So what do we want to do here? So it's auto engagement. So now we move on to the maneuver. BVR combat engagement. Rules of engagement. Yeah. That's one of the ones we'll need to remember though. We've got to watch some other friendly flights within, I want to say it's a 3 hex range. Yeah, and that depends what arc they're in. So as long as we're not in no friendly flights within 3 hexes of our target, we don't need to worry. And it depends on the beam and whatever, but I'll not look at that just yet. Okay, so we're going to do maneuver, and then shot resolution, depletion, damage allocation, morale, etc. Right, so maneuver first. So we'll move across to that table. So yeah, just to confirm the prerequisites. Defender must be detected. Defender must be in range of an undepleted BVR weapon. If the attacker is using infrared missile, he is not. BVR rules of engagement must allow the BVR. That's the one I was telling you about, that if you've got a friendly flight around about you, you can't take the shot. Look down, we know the F-15 is not affected by look down. Attacker must not be in a defensive wheel. Attacker must have the defender in its forward arc, yes. Attacker must not be disordered, aborted, have performed SAM avoidance. And then all AAA or SAM attacks must be resolved first. So none of any of that was applying. Okay, so on the maneuver table, and that's just us that carries this one out. That's right, isn't it? Combat, maneuver for BVR, only attacker rolls, yeah. And we've got 4 aircraft on our flight. It's a Cobra flight. Yeah, 4 aircraft. And so we're looking on the 4 column, and we're looking, this is our dice roll, and this is the modifier. So -1 per altitude band difference. Well, yeah, we're going to get a -2 here, aren't we? Well, that's fine. It'll balance out nicely anyway. So we got a -1 for the difference between medium and low. Then we get a -1 because he's at low and we're not, so that's -2. Deck very high, no. Defender attack from rear, no. Defender attack from beam, no. Defender attack from forward arc, yes. So that +2 cancels the -2, and then our flight aggression value hasn't changed. It's still +3. So we're getting a +3 on this, on the 4 column. So let's see if we can get a better roll than we did the last time for this. On the 4 column. Right, a +3. Here we go. That's good. 16. So that's very good. +3 is 19. So you can only get 3 shot opportunities at a maximum. So greater than or equal to 17. 3 shot opportunities. So this'll be interesting. So 3 shot opportunities. Now it's going to make me wonder here a little bit if I want to take all 3 of these. I don't know if that's crazy to think that way or not, but remember he is having to go through a morale check. So, well, we're going to take 1 to start with. We get to decide after the shot, we can determine if we're going to carry on or not. So, and we get combat value selected weapon, and BVR, the AIM-7M is a +2. So we get a +2 to this roll. The other modifier doesn't apply to BVR. So +2 to this roll. We want it pretty high. 13. +2 is 15. Are we in there again? No, not quite. Well, this is the first time we've had this. Maybe not first time. No, I seem to remember marking off a crippled. So we've got 1 aircraft crippled. Yeah, I'm going to take another shot. I'm gonna. So we've got a crippled result. I'm going to take one more. I'm going to take 1 more shot anyway to see what we get. So again, a +2. 20. I've rolled double 10. 20 +2 is 22. So in actual fact, look at that. We almost at no effect. So 22 though. 1 aircraft damage. So we've got a crippled and a damage result. Remember, he's got 3 aircraft left, but this could affect, both these could affect the same aircraft. Do we want to risk the 3rd shot? I don't know here. I mean, at the moment we're getting a -1 modifier to our depletion roll. If we take this other shot, we're going to get a -2 modifier to our depletion roll. And that's 1d10 roll, and we want higher than a 3. But bearing in mind, if we get that -2, that means we've got to get higher than a 5. So at the moment we're sitting with higher than a 4. And it's equal to or less than the number that depletes. I don't know. Shots are resolved in any order as determined by the players. A shot may be refused. Yeah, okay. No, that doesn't matter. Yeah, we still roll on the same table with all the... You know, we could end up here with a shot down result, so we could get a crippled, a shot down, and a damaged, and we could all roll, and it affects like aircraft 1 or something like that. Or what? I know they've got 1 shot down already. They've only got 3 left. I'm tempted to not do this, but I don't know if that's silly or not. It's just giving me that 1 sort of extra pip on the die roll to maybe save the weapons, because their weapons are pretty impressive, aren't they? And what's the chances if I get another result that they're all going to spread out over the 3 aircraft? No, I'm going to stop there. I'm not going to fire that 3rd shot, which means we were only getting a -1 to our depletion roll. Okay, so depletion comes next. and then it's damage allocation. We've got 2 damages to allocate, 1 crippled and 1 damaged. I'm assuming we roll these in any order, because result is the number of the affected aircraft. If result is C, allocate result to a crippled aircraft in the flight instead. I think that means I want to roll my damage result first, don't I? And I'm assuming I can roll them in any order. 12.1. Randomly allocate for each. If there are multiple results from one combat to apply and a shot down result is rolled, continue to roll in the original column. Yeah, it doesn't kind of say. I mean, the order that they came in was crippled first and then damaged, but I don't see that as being the order that I need to roll them. Because basically, if I roll my crippled aircraft first, right, on the, what is it, the 3 column are going to be, because I've got 3 aircraft, and it lands on, let's just say 3, I get a 6. Then if I roll on my damaged aircraft and it hits any one of these C's, it'll assign it to the crippled aircraft. So it's clearly better for me to roll the damaged result first, if I'm allowed to do that. Okay, well, I found my answer. In the example that's there, it says the NATO player, the attacker, must allocate 1 damaged, 1 crippled, and 1 shot down result to a flight of 4 Warsaw Pact MiG-27s, one of which, the number 3 aircraft, was already crippled the turn before this combat took place. The NATO player decides to allocate the damaged result first, hoping to hit the already crippled MiG-27. Yeah. Oh, if you get a... What happens? Right, maybe I've got that wrong then, because he's crippled aircraft are treated as damaged aircraft. The player decides to allocate the damage result first, hoping to hit the already crippled MiG-27. Why would they want damaged already crippled MiG-27? Right, so that's what happens. So let's read on then. A row of 5 results in a 3 on the 4 aircraft column of the damage allocation table. This means MiG-27-3 takes the damaged result. Since the aircraft 3 is already crippled, this added damage result will shoot it down. Right, okay, well, that does do that. It just doesn't tell you... Where does it tell you that? Okay, it does tell you in here previously. If a combat generates multiple damage results, roll to allocate each one separately. Results may be allocated in any order selected by the attacker. Okay, it tells me there. If a damaged, crippled aircraft is damaged or crippled again, its damage level is increased by 1 level from damaged to crippled to shot down. Apply the effects. Okay, well, maybe we don't want to do that then, because we've got a better chance of shooting an aircraft down, haven't we? So if I roll my crippled result first, there's a better chance of me damaging the same crippled aircraft and shooting it down. Is that a better thing than having 2 aircraft, 1 damaged and 1 crippled though? And 1 already shot down? I'm not sure. Yeah, I wanted to say there's something about if... Because one flight's already been shot down, one aircraft's already been shot down. If we crippled one and then damaged one, then there's only one undamaged aircraft left in the flight, and I wanted to feel that that done something to the flight, but I'm not sure. I think it might do something. Right, okay, you know what, we'll go for it and see if we can shoot it down then. So we'll roll for the crippled result first. We'll do it that way. So we're rolling on the 3 column. We're rolling 1 dice. Yep. On the 3 column, because there's 3 aircraft in this flight. And it's actually... Yeah, it was aircraft 4 that actually got shot down. So that keeps everything right. But you would just... These would be... You know, if it was 1 we had shot down already, then 2 would become 1, 3 would become 2, and 4 would become 3. So anyway, rolling on the 3 column for the crippled result, I think. So to flight with 1 or more crippled aircraft may not select dash throttle on future game turns. Damaged aircraft are not counted towards the total aircraft available to make air-to-air or air-to-ground attacks. Okay, I think that's what that's the burden they bring, isn't it? It's what's written there, I think. Flights with crippled aircraft may be split in the admin phase. Right, let's roll for crippled on the 3 column. We've got a 2, so that is C1, but we don't have a crippled result already. So I'm not going to mark it off yet. What was it? It was the red pen I was using for the crippled. So aircraft number 1 is being crippled, but I'm not going to mark it off in case, because if we get a C or a 1 result here, it's going to shoot it down. So I'm going to roll again on the 3 column. Rolled a 3. Oh, that's 2. Okay, so I do need to mark it off. So we've crippled aircraft 1. So that's marked with the red. So we have hit both the aircraft. And we've damaged aircraft 2. No, that's a purple. Oops. I'll just show you that there. Aircraft 4 there has been shot down, it's blacked out. Aircraft 1 has got red, that's a more serious one, that's crippled. And aircraft 2 is damaged. Aircraft 3 is fine. So that's the state of affairs just now. But things might get worse for them because they're going to have to check morale. So we didn't shoot one down as such, but... okay. Right, so on to morale, and again, just the defender rolling for this. That's the great thing about this BVR. So, okay, so we're rolling in the BVR column there. We want a nice low result here to mess them up even more. So modifiers, their aggression value is +1. So they're getting a +1 there. That doesn't apply, that doesn't apply, that doesn't apply. However, per friendly aircraft damaged, crippled or shot down, well, you got 2. You got 1 damaged, 1 crippled. So that's a -2. So that's a net of -1. The flight is disengaging. So it's a -1. And we're rolling 2 dice. And we want this nice and low. So here we go. 11's not bad. 11 minus, what did this, was it just -1? Yeah, 11 -1, so it's 10. Yeah, we wanted it in that. We wanted it the disorder, didn't we? Right, so it's 10, so it's in this band here. So they do get a -1 to their aggression value and do a jettison check. Well, they don't have any air-to-ground ordnance. What am I marking off? Yeah, I'll need the green pen now. So his aggression value is now at a 0 from a 1. So there's the state of affairs there of his flight. 0 aggression value. Aircraft 1's crippled. Aircraft 2's damaged. Aircraft 4 was shot down earlier, and aircraft 3 is okay. Okay, well, Didn't get everything going right, but that's still pretty good. Just would have kind of liked him to be disordered, but I think he's going to struggle now because it means that the damaged flight doesn't count towards total aircraft and the crippled aircraft. They can't select dash throttle. So, yeah, they're going to be restricted, but anyway, that was morale check. And I think we just put markers on now. Now, he would get a BVR avoid. He's already got a BVR avoid from the previous... from the previous attack, so I'm assuming just nothing happens to that. Don't think it's going to stack. A fight at the beginning, yeah, okay. Yeah, I've multiple markers. Should a flight find itself with multiple markers, manoeuvre BVR avoid, and or at the start of his movement, the order of removal is... Oh, right, okay. I don't think it can have another BVR avoid marker. I could be wrong, but... Yeah, so he's already got that BVR avoid marker, so I'm guessing that just sits like that. Okay, so that's a combat over. He doesn't get marked with anything else. He is in a bit of a bad state, but however. So Cobra's still now got 2 movement points to go. I don't know, we're going to be awful close to this Hess flight, and it's going to activate before we get the chance to do anything. It doesn't have BVR weapons, but it may well come and try and... Well, mind you, the state of the flight, I don't know if it checks crippled and damaged. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to spend one of the last 2 movement points to climb back to high, and then... Yeah, I'm just going to move forward 1 for the last movement point. Right, and that was the cube. That's where he started. That's Cobra flight. Done his thing. Yeah, okay. Well, hopefully we're getting things right. Right, so I've got 1 more flight to activate. So I mean, I did say it was going to be Silver Fox. I still don't see the point of moving the jamming flight till the end, and then the bombers aren't quite ready yet. Well, to be honest, Silver Fox needs to get in. We need to get in masse. However, Saint might be more well equipped to come round for that. We shall see. The AOGMs or what? Right, hang on here. I fired the harm missiles at was it medium altitude? No, that's fine. That was fine. Yeah, they're fine. What are the EOGMs though? I get the feeling they're not so good. Attacks are not permitted from high altitude. So they can come from medium. Okay. Well, that's not too bad then. Okay, that's fine. Right. Yeah, I guess we'll bring Silver Fox around then, and yeah, like I say, I don't think we're really bothered about these. That's a problem. But he's got to get in. Remember, this is the last. Ooh, wait a minute. Yeah, I was thinking about this when I was watching that last part back. We know this is not a dummy. So, why not launch a harm at this? And in fact, for that matter, are we not better launching 2? Because that's our own... No, you've got the AAA, Grant. Yeah. The 2K22s, you can attack them with them, can't you? With the harms. We found one dummy 2K22. But there's still another dummy out there as well. So it probably is quite wise finding out. Well, if I come round here, am I going to get... What does I need? 12... I'm at medium altitude just now, but then I probably want to be at high. The harm... 12 hexes. Oh, it's medium and high. However, there's a reason I want to be above medium, isn't there? I keep forgetting which ones it is. Right, here we are. Yeah, the light AA fire in this airfield. So any of these hexes round here. Right, sorry, doorbell. Yeah, so it's a light AA that I need to move this through that high. I've just realised though, I was just thinking there, I don't know if I'd done that up there, if I was at high altitude. But John reminded me of that. At high altitude, the extra one range means that we would have to be in these hexes to activate them, wouldn't we? Which is a bit annoying. Mind you, I don't really need to... Yeah. Whereas, I think when I was up there, I just went in between. I went right in there, but I can't remember if it was at high altitude or maybe just medium. Because medium is enough to avoid the 2K22s, but it's just... Which was would have been fine up there because there's no airfield, but there's an airfield here. And that fires at medium. So... Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah. Well. Yeah. I was trying to see if I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, I'm actually quite close to that from there. So I'm gonna launch on that. Yeah. Okay. So Silver Fox F-16 at medium altitude. At a laden speed 3, unless he wants to dash. Well, he maybe does. Yeah, if he's going to climb. My dash would be at 5. 1 to climb, 2, 3, 4. I'm not even going to get there. And I need to climb to high. So I'm actually not going to reach these flak. And how are they doing for you? They've used a couple of fuel points already. We're fine. And that's the other thing. Once we lose our ordnance... Yeah, I suppose... The other reason to maybe get the missiles away quickly so that we can get clean and then change our SEAD task into cap and go after the fighters. Okay. I think I maybe do want to dash here then. Again, I'm going to maybe reserve the right to make an alteration just in case I don't feel like this is going right. Now, I want to get, well, yeah, the thing is that one needs to be in my forward hemisphere as well, doesn't it? I don't think there's any downsides to the range side of it either. No, I don't think there's an issue. Arm of a minimum range of 1, different ranges. Player indicates, yeah. The blind bomb attacks, there's no an IP. Instead, the flight may fire if expended in a movement point. Yeah, and I think it makes more sense firing them both. Because remember, their harms are no good against these. And in actual fact, the infrared SAMs Well, no, you can't completely ignore them, no, Grant, because it's going to fire on the bombing flight when it goes there. Well, I can't use the harms on them anyway, can I? No, I can't. So it's that's for the EOGMs, if anything. Right. So setting dash throttle, movement speed of 5. Give me a cube. So facing there. So 1. Free turn. And then 2, so taking me down to 3 movement left to climb to high. So 3 left. I don't know. There's 1, 2, 3 ahead, I guess. So I'm maybe not free turn that, but I will make the climb. I think I'll just go for this bottom one, because I think at high altitude I need to be in the hex. I wish I could find that. I mean, there was the bit that I read, I was talking about them attacking. If they're attacking us, they've got to add one to their range, add one to the range. And I think that's what John's saying, that we should have to add one to range as well, because we're higher up, we're further away from them. So to activate them, I guess, yeah. I don't know, is there a bit that it talks about that from our point of view there, John? I know I read the bit about them attacking us, but anyway, if there is anything you could link to for me to look at that. But makes sense anyway, it does. Yeah, I don't really know. So I'm going to go 1 free turn, 2, 3. That was the other 3 points left. We dashed. We're at high. Yeah, to be honest, we weren't even reaching the airfield anyway with that. So we're at high altitude, so we're far enough away from this AA fire. And we need to be not just 1. Was it 1 with him? I think it was. Yeah, within 1x. But remembering the fact that we're at high altitude gives that a +1, so makes it basically makes it 0 hexes. It's got to be right on top of it. So that's fine. I'll just leave that there then. So no. Oh no! Stop, Grant. We're firing. Right, with the last point. I'll maybe not put that on just yet. With the last movement point there, I'm going to fire 2 harm missiles at that. Yeah, I did say that I could maybe use them on the flak, didn't I? Right, hang on. Yeah, anti-radiation missiles may be used to attack radar-equipped AA, Firecan, 2K22, Jeopard. Yeah. But are we really bothered about this? The only one I could see maybe being an issue, I think, is this, because we're going to fly over the top of these two at high altitude. We're going to drop down, and this is where we're going to have issues. And when we're finished this bombing run at low altitude, is it not just medium we need to be at? Yes, it is. So can we not just get up to medium altitude before we enter this hex after our bombing run? Or could maybe even, can we run through into that hex maybe? Well, we can. Our flight path is there, and that would only be 1 hex away from it. And in fact, we could actually move up to that hex, and we're kind of 2 hexes away. That's where we can go maximum. So that might work out all right. Or do we... The problem is also that if I fired a harm at that, it might be a dummy. But then if it's a dummy, it's going away, and then don't need to worry about it. So should I take a chance and just fire 1 at this? I don't know, because we got lucky at that last one. I think having 2 is probably a better idea. I don't know. I was tempted to take a chance and just fire 1, but the other thing that's bothering me is my next move with Silver Fox and the next turn. He's probably wanting to move in on this. Now, I'm just trying to grasp things in this again. Yeah, as long as we're at high altitude. Yeah, but the problem is we can't be at high altitude and fire our EOGMs on them. So we're actually going to have to... And the only way these are going to activate is if we move within 2 hexes, and then they'll fire at us. Yeah, these are pretty unavoidable as well, aren't they? There's no other way we can activate them and start. If we move in there, that activates. Whether it fires, does it fire at us straight away then? Because it's in range. If it activates, it becomes a real SAM. It's an infrared SAM. We've just spent a movement point and we're in its range. It surely does fire, eh? And then what we then do is we set our IP there, I think. The thing is, we don't know if this is real yet, so I'm not sure how that works. We set our IP there, and then we move 1 more hex and bomb. The thing is, he's going to fire again when we move, isn't he? I think so. What I'm trying to say is I'm not got the time to like be messing about firing at this. I'm probably going to be more concerned with these infrared SAMs. So maybe I should just launch the 2 harms at that. Well, hold on. Saint's got 1 harm left. He can go for that. Yeah, of course. Right, okay, I'm launching 2 harm missiles at that. So, with that, let's play red card 5. With me doing that, it's not that one, it's this one. No. Turn the page. SAM warm markers are checked for activation when a SAM warm marker is attacked by an ARM. So I think I do it now because I was about to say, yeah, it could be a dummy, but no, we know it's not a dummy. That's why I'm not frightened about doing it. So we're launching 2 harms at that. I'm going to score them off. This is happening. Our 2 harms from, who is this? It's not a Cobra. Silver Fox. Yeah. So a harm from aircraft 1 and 2, both firing. So we activate this. We don't need to roll dice because we know it's not a dummy. And it's SA11G. So, but hang on, it's still unlocated, Grant. So yeah, it's going to get that modifier again, isn't it? That's fine. I think. Let's get a bit closer there. Yep. It's in our front hemisphere. We've spent all our movement points, by the way, so I will just put the blue cube on that just in case. There's no dice flying about, but... okay, so let's get firing at this. Okay, so it's going to be on this table. However, we are firing. We do need to do an arm morale check. So he doesn't attempt to shut it down. So we've got to see if it shuts down or not. I think this time we probably don't want it shutting down. We maybe didn't want that the last time either. Because this time it's not acquiring anybody as well. So if no voluntary shutdown, target takes arm morale check, fails. Ooh, how many hexes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that was lucky. Right, if it was 10 plus hexes, we would have got a -1 to this. Is the launch and flight undetected? Don't think so. No. Don't think any of our flights are undetected. It's funny how you forget about that though. Like I was almost trying to BVR that F flight and it's undetected. And you're like, oh. Right, so we're going to roll 1 dice for this. So he's going to do an arm morale check with no modifiers. So it's going to fail on a 5 or less, which means if it fails, it'll get shut down. So we kind of want a greater than a 5. So 5 fails on a 5 or less. 9. Yeah, so it's staying on. So yeah, I think that's good. I do think that's what we want. So well, it doesn't matter. This time being a harm, it can still attack. If we had shrikes here and this had happened, we would still be able to attack because the radar hasn't shut down. It's still on. So with modifiers, we've got plus. Remember, we're firing 2 of them here, so we're going to get this twice. So we get a +3. Well, for each one, we're going to get the same modifiers. So +3 for that. Doesn't apply. Target is unlocated SAM. Well, it is, unfortunately. So that's a -2. However, none of these are going to apply, in particular the bottom one. So a +3 by a -2, we're getting a +1 for our rolls on this. And we're going to roll twice on the arm column. So here we go with a... Was it +1 or +2? +1. Yeah, it was a +3 and a -2. Yeah. So a +1, here's the first shot. 8. Oh dear. 8 + 1 is 9. Oh, it's not that bad. 9 is still a 2, just a 2. That'll do though. I need some of the markers. Where did they go? I've got a 1 there. And a 3. Great. Right, give me a sec. Okay, so we got a 2 attack success for the first one. Or attack value or whatever it is. And rolling again, +1. A bit higher this time, please. 12, it's a bit higher. +1, 13 is still a 2. Yeah. So it's 2 2s. That would be. Okay, so 2 2 attacks. That's right, isn't it? Because we fired 2 of them. Oh, and I remember from the last one, remember that there's some results that you don't resolve right away, but with SAMs you do, don't you? They always get resolved right away. So we've got 2 results. Right, so ground target. Roll immediately for SAM units. Yeah, okay. Resolve damage, roll 2 dice for each success marker and cross-reference with the column on the damage table. Yeah, okay. Where is that table? Yeah, it's over the other side. Right, let's come back to that then. Yeah, so the 2 success values were a 2, but we are going to roll on that twice. Is that right? I think so. It did just say that, didn't it? To resolve damage, roll 2 dice for each success marker. Well, we've got 2 success markers, they're both 2s. And cross-reference with the column on the damage table corresponding to attack success value. The results are as follows. So, well, we want at least a slight damage, because that worked for us last time, but we've got a better chance of a heavy damage here. And then that just shuts it down completely, I think. So let's roll 2 dice. No modifiers here. So we're on the 2 column for the first one. 12. It's not bad. Ugh. Well, it's slight. Oh, we only did 13 for heavy. So that's a slight damage. Which I don't have there. Okay, so I've got one slight damage. I don't know if these stack. I get the feeling we maybe do roll twice, but we'll see. Hang on. Let's see if we can improve on that. So, again on the 2 column, no modifiers. Ooh, 10. So I don't think we're not improving, are we? So it's another slight. So 2 slights. 2 slights make a heavy? No, I don't think it's going to work that way. Hang on. Damage is not cumulative. The target is affected only by the highest damage level applied. So we do only get slight damage. So now we're going to roll for the suppression again. So we're just getting the exact same result as we got the last time. Well, however, we shut the radar down the last time. Does that? If they're suppressed, yeah, surely. Radar suppression. Suppressed SAMs are marked with a radar suppress marker and must turn the radars off. Right, okay. So we're suppressing it for... Again, we got a 6 last time, so hang on, I'll swing around now. So I can take these 2 away. That was 2 attack successes, both with the same result, unfortunately, and they're not cumulative. So, yeah, we kind of want a 5 or a 6 here again. 9, how about 9? Will that do? Right, he's out of it. So he's suppressed. We need another one of the suppression markers. There we go, we've got one right here. That all goes off. It does say it puts it off, so I guess you turn all them round. I mean, we still don't have this located, but that doesn't seem to matter. And it's suppressed for 9 turns. So I need 2 d6s and carefully balance them. Is that going to work? Asking for trouble, eh? Oh, look at that. Perfect. Right, there we go. Well, that's both the radar SAMs out of commission, basically. Like I say, I don't even think that one can come back and get involved. And that one certainly can't. We've only got 7 more turns to go. So, in fact, yeah, we've got 7 more turns. So like I say, this is possible it could come back in the last turn, but I think by then we're going to be fine. So that's then taken care of. So that's good. And yeah, Hess Flight's in a lot of trouble. But yeah, it's time for the Warsaw Pact now. And well, Hess Flight is obviously he's active, ready to go. F Flight's going to activate. Maybe not the rest though. The rest are still too far away, I think. So yeah, we'll see. It might give us a bit more time to get in there, and yeah, I'm still gonna have to work out what I'm gonna attempt to do all this nonsense in here. But the Warsaw Pact are gonna get they're gonna draw a chat anyway. But that's me at an hour and 4 minutes, so might as well wrap that up as another part. I think that's probably a good time for that. We've had our initiative. What did I do with that initiative chat? There, it's there. Right, that's back in the cup. And yeah, I'll come back to Warsaw Pact initiative, but I'm just going to copy this bit across. I've still got more time, so I'm feeling like moving on. And yeah, it could well be asking for trouble, but yeah, I'm definitely just learning this game. It's funny, it's one of the things I kind of frowned upon when watching videos when I started doing this was people not really getting the game and making a mess of it and recording it and They don't even know what they're doing. What a hypocrite. Yeah, I suppose it is a little bit. However, I'm learning it, and I'm not just ignoring everything that anybody's saying and just doing what I want to do and just saying, oh, well, I'll tell with that. We'll just do it my way. If you're going to do that, yeah, it's a solo game. You play your game that you want, but if you're going to record that, I'd like to think that somebody, if they wanted to try and play this game just solo, I'm just a solo gamer. If they wanted to try and play this game solo, that watching this, although frustrating and long-winded it is at times, it might have some kind of benefits to what's going on. But yeah, okay. I'll get this copied across and I'll get back. The quicker I do that, the quicker I get back. Yeah, and I'll be back with it'll be part 11. So I'll be back shortly. Cheers.